Yemen's Houthi rebels have entered the ongoing conflict in Palestine by launching drone and missile attacks on Israel. Houthi military spokesperson Yahya Saree announced these attacks, expressing their support for the Palestinians. While the Houthi attacks may not pose a direct threat to Israel since they are 2,000 km away, they have raised concerns across the region. But first, who are the Houthis? The Houthi movement, officially known as Ansar Allah, originated in the 1990s in opposition to the Yemeni president at the time, Ali Abdullah Saleh. They are currently one of the factions involved in the ongoing civil war in Yemen and control territory in the western and northwestern regions, including the capital, Sana'a. The Houthis are aligned with Iran and are part of what Iran calls the Axis of Resistance, which is an informal anti-Israel and anti-Western political and military coalition. Other groups in this axis include Hezbollah and Hamas. In Yemen, the Houthi rebels are fighting against the internationally recognized Yemeni government, which is backed by Saudi Arabia and the UAE. The civil war in Yemen is often seen as a proxy conflict between Iran and Saudi Arabia, two major Islamic powers in the region. Why have they attacked Israel? The Houthi attack on Israel is just one of several attacks by the group against Israel and its biggest ally, the United States. Other attacks include Iranian-backed militias in Iraq and Syria going after US forces and clashes between Hezbollah and Israeli forces at the Lebanon-Israel border. The Houthi rebels have always been against Israel and the West. Since Houthis are aligned with Iran, on October 31st, as reported by Iranian state media, Iran Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahian said, and I quote, "Resistance groups will not remain silent in the face of the Zionist regime's crimes and America's full support for the Zionist regime." Since the early 2000s, the popular Houthi slogan has been "God is the greatest, death to America, death to Israel, curse on the Jews, victory to Islam." Why is this a concerning development for the conflict in the Middle East? Even though the Houthi attacks on Israel aren't a big military threat, there is a worry that they could make things worse in the Middle East. These attacks might lead to a bigger war in the region, especially because the Houthi drones often fly over western Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia wants to keep good ties with the US, Israel, and Iran, so this puts them in a tough spot. If the Saudis enter the conflict, something they are definitely averse to, the resulting escalation would throw the whole of the Middle East into a problem.